I can choose the microphone. We were just having a really fascinating conversation upstairs about economy. And one of the topics that we were talking about is that today, wars are not only fought on the battlefield. The economic component of war is significant, and we also are seeing even that the agreements like the Abraham Accords, even though they have a strong defense component, they're really economic accords at their basis. And I wanted to just talk with you and discuss, how do you see economics playing in both with regard to our enemies and also with regard to our potential allies in the region?
Well, thank you, Alex, for hosting me. I want to congratulate JNS, and your success is our success. Fabulous conference, and again, I'm happy to be here. I'm responsible for trade, for export, import, and I have a lot of discussions with my peers around the world. Economic Minister of India, Piyush Goyal, and many, many others. And they all understand that after the atrocities of October 7, the world has changed. There's the evil axis in the Middle East, led by Iran, Qatar, and the proxies around them. And then you have the Abraham Accords that are waiting to burst and to expand to include Saudi Arabia. Prime Minister Netanyahu is headed to Azerbaijan next week. I believe they're ready. I met with their Minister of Economy. Indonesia and other countries that want to join the Abraham Accord. They understand that Israel is and will complete winning the war. And when you are strong in the Middle East, it translates to economy. They all understand, the world understands, Israel is a place to do good business. Let me share with you that 3 weeks ago we had the Secretary General of the OECD, 38 countries, 37 countries. They were amazed by the performance of the Israeli economy. In war, a little dip, the numbers are there. Everyone is starting to see the spike after the war. Naturally, every war you have a certain dip, the reservists go to war, and it takes some time for the country to get organized. But we're now exiting, and you see real good signs of economic growth and high interest in the global marketplace. So, Minister of, especially going eastbound, India has woke up to understand that they have an opportunity to work with Israel. Now that the US-China relationship is not at its best, they see a huge opportunity to scale their industry, and they see Israel as a catalyst to that growth. I led a 100 CEO mission to India in February. Minister Piyush Goyal will lead a similar mission to Israel very soon. I was last week in the Emirates. They're extremely interested. They are themselves a hub to go east. And there are 600 Israeli companies in less than 5 years with the Abraham Accord, present, happy in the Emirates. That's a great hub for Israeli companies to scale. And you see more and more countries are interested to do business with Israel. I'm extremely optimistic when you look at into the future that we will be able to scale. Last point. Today, Israel does $150 billion export. And the goal I set is to reach $1 trillion within 15 to 20 years. That will be an average 10% growth year after year. We've done that in the past, especially, of course, in technology. And when we get there, Israel is a superpower. Superpower. And there's no glass ceiling because we're 1 to 1,000 to the rest of the world. And the interest we have, the better we play our cards, the opportunity is waiting for us to take.
Israel doesn't have a lot of manufacturing ability in the country. So when you're talking about exports, describe what these exports look like and how do you scale up from 150 million to $1 trillion?
We've done work with Professor Michael Porter's team from Harvard Business School, outlining Israel's competitive advantages in the global marketplace. Classic high tech, business to business, business to consumer. Health tech, the 10,000 companies we have, huge in absolute even in absolute numbers. In health life sciences, we have 2,000 Israeli startups. That's an absolute number, second to the US alone. Agrotech, food tech, aqua tech, desert tech, climate change. Advanced manufacturing, and of course, security. These are areas that the world is saying, hey, we want more of that. They want what we have. We're a source. And we're looking for destinations around the world to make that happen. A lot of it is services. The export we do to the United States, 2/3 is services. It's software. And I believe that you will see that Israel knows how to provide services all over the world, but also create, for example, with India, it's Make in India. It's Israeli subsidiaries that are spread around the world, and they manufacture, leverage the capabilities of manufacturing of other countries, and collaborate together. I believe this model will enable us to scale very swiftly, and it's happening. It's ours to lose.
Tying in relations with India and also with domestic economics, we've seen since the beginning of the war severe limitation on the amount of Palestinian employees that have been taken into Israel, specifically in construction. And we've seen many of those jobs are being replaced by imported workers from India, as well as from China. Can you tell me a little bit about the policy of trying to limit the number of Palestinian workers and what you're seeing the benefits of bringing these foreign workers in?
Sure. Let me return a second, because let me build the case. For us to get to $1 trillion export, we need more Israelis' labor to be upgraded to technology work. Today, 10% of the Israeli labor force is in tech, in all the areas I described a minute ago. We need to get to 25%. We need to dramatically upgrade the capabilities of the Israelis and complement that with a few 100,000 employees from abroad, low skill, mainly low skills, that Israelis don't go to. Actually, if an Israeli could become a tech employee, we would all prefer that to happen rather than him wash dishes. But eventually, we'll probably need some low-end employees, and we prefer to bring them from peaceful countries. After October 7, we all understand that pay for slay, there's no entry for Palestinians from the Palestinian Authority to come and work in Israel. They get paid $1 million to sit in jail for killing an Israeli. No entry. We won't take them, not from the Palestinian Authority, not from Iran, only from friendly countries.
One of the issues that now has Israelis worried is the tariffs that have been announced by President Trump. In fact, maybe so much worried that Prime Minister Netanyahu raced to be the first Prime Minister to go to the White House to discuss the tariffs with the President. Can you tell me a little bit about how Israel's trying to address what the impact of these tariffs could be, and how do you get over that?
Sure. It's not something against Israel. President Trump decided to create to align the economy with geopolitics. We're fortunate to be very friendly. Our team in Israel is very open, and we feel very comfortable discussing the challenges we have with the American team. We'll figure it out. And I believe that you will see Israel as an example, as a positive example of how to collaborate with the United States. There are some challenges that we've addressed and we put on the table. We're under discussion. There's no doubt in my mind it'll work out. Other countries that are not aligning interests with the United States, I believe they will be challenged by higher tariffs. And so President Trump is aligning his geopolitics with the economy and vice versa. There's no doubt. I said to our American friends, let's upgrade the free trade agreement that we signed from 1985. There was no technology then. Things have changed. There's no internet the way it is right now. And if I look into the future, I propose to the American administration to look at Israel on the economic side as if though we're the 51st state. If we can get to such a level of openness and collaboration, that would be the next upgrade that we can have with the relationship vis-a-vis economy. And the economies are so independent, how do you say?
Integrated.
Integrated together that I believe that something like this will just make it even better.
Looking forward, Israel right now is a top 25 country in terms of GDP. Where do you see Israel in 5 years from now?
On the way to $1 trillion export, we'd be top five, no doubt in my mind. And we're now putting the infrastructure to make that happen.
Nir Barkat, Minister of Economy, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Good luck to everyone. Thank you very much.